All right, I'm here with Coach Chip, Lady Cougars women's basketball coach here at Camden County College. Coach, thanks for joining me. First Coaches Show of the year.
All right, my honor to be here, Nick.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. You're heading into your 12th season as the women's basketball coach. Can you believe it's already your 12th season?
Nah, it feels like yesterday I just started, to be honest with you.
So you started back in 1988. That was your first year coaching, correct?
37 years ago.
Yeah, how about that? So 12th season here at Camden County College. By the way, you also got your 100th softball win last year. So it was a good year for you last year. You won Coach of the Year in the GSAC, right? 25-6. You guys had a winning percentage over 800. What were some of the takeaways? I know you lost in the semifinals to RCSJ. Didn't end the way you guys wanted it to. But overall, I was a pretty good season, to say the least, last year.
Yeah, I mean, it for the women's program, it was one of the best seasons in school history.
Yep.
Set the season record for wins. Won the GSAC championship. I mean, those were the glaring highlights, but I think we just had a really terrific group of young ladies. They showed up every day. They worked hard. They didn't take days off. I mean, they deserved every accolade that they got last year because they earned it. And I think some of the big takeaways from it was the heart of this team. I mean, there were games we probably shouldn't have won, but we battled and stayed in games, kept them close with our defense, and was able to pull them out at the end. Sometimes hard to believe in some of the shots we made down the stretch to win those games, but that's what good teams do.
Yeah, and you're heading into this year, you lost a few players, a decent amount to say the least. What is the identity that you're going to try and build heading into this season with the new roster that you do have?
We want to play defense. I mean, when teams come into our building, we want them to know that it's going to be a physical battle. It's going to be a hard-fought 40 minutes every night. And that really, with the losses we had from personnel, we're not as big as we were a year ago. I mean, this might be the smallest team from a height stature we've ever had.
Yeah.
But we have some athletes, good players. It's going to take a lot of work. I spent all summer trying to adjust how we do some things offensively, but our identity is going to be on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I'm glad you bring that up. What was the offseason like for you overall and trying to figure out, all right, what are we going to look like heading into next year? You mentioned you don't have as much size as you did last year. How do you have to configure that throughout the offseason, try and figure out, all right, this is our game plan heading into the season?
Right. I think the biggest thing for me every offseason is trying to accommodate the strengths of every player. And, last year we had a terrific inside player, didn't have a lot of experience coming in to the situation last year, but ended up being a third-team All-American. And we were able to funnel the offense through her. And it wasn't like once the ball went in, it never came back out. And that was the beauty of our team last year. We led the nation in assists. We led the nation in assists per basket. We had one of the highest percentage that way. And that was a credit to the way we share the ball.
Right.
This year, that's going to play a bigger part in it. And I think we'll be okay with it. Watching our summer workouts in the off season, starting practice 2 days ago, they're not selfish. They share the ball. We may lose a couple of them because we won't see them behind other team centers this year. But I mean, I think, the way the unselfish style of basketball we play is going to be a key to our success. But a lot of our offense last year had to be reconstructed over the offseason because of the lack of a prototypical post player.
Right. And, it's community college, right? And it's a 2-year school. You usually do have a lot of turnover. What's that challenge like as a coach for you?
Stinks. I mean, we have a revolving door at the JUCO level.
Yep.
Kids are here today, they're gone tomorrow.
Yep.
And we have to do our best to expedite things where, at a 4-year university, a college coach brings those freshmen in. 90% of those freshmen are coming in with the expectation that they're going to learn and gradually work their way into the playing time. For us, that's next week. We got to take them from today to next Tuesday and say, okay, here we go. I mean, so we have to move things a lot quicker. So it does take a lot of work on the coaching staff's part to make sure that we game plan properly. We do things with the understanding that we're going to have players that it's going to take a little longer. We have to take more baby steps with certain players, but in the end result, we're doing it the right way for each individual kid to get to that end goal.
Right.
So, I mean, it definitely is not the perfect situation to, lose as many kids as you lose every year. I mean, literally it's generally you're losing at least half your team every year. So, I mean, can't really avoid that in most cases, but we have to do a good job recruiting. I mean, sometimes we have better years than others with the recruiting process, but you go out there, you pound the payments, you go to every game you can, high school games, travel games, you watch these kids, you talk to parents, you talk to coaches, and you hope that you're making a big enough impression when they come in for visits and on recruiting calls that you're at the top of their list when it's all said and done.
One player that is returning, though, is one of your captains, Erica Perenzino.
Yes.
Tell me about what you expect out of her this year and what her role is going to look like on this roster.
Last year, I think there was a lot of uncertainty with Erica coming in. When she first, when we recruited her, we knew what kind of player she was. Right. We knew what kind of kid she was. But we were looking at her to be more of a role player to start the season off. And she just impressed the heck out of us from day one. Her leadership qualities, her work ethic, the way she interacts with her teammates.
Right.
She's beyond coachable. It was, really something she did that forced our hand to make her a prominent figure in that lineup for us last year. Going into this year, she's got a bigger role. She's the only returning captain. Our other captains graduated last year,
which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
Good thing, not at all. But she is a leader on and off the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, talking to the freshman players that are here now about do they need help academically? Like not waiting for them to ask her, not waiting for them to come to us as coaches and hook them up with tutors and things like that. Like she is making the initial contact with them. She's doing what a good leader does. And I mean, from a basketball standpoint, all I want her to do is give us everything she gave us last year. Right. I mean, I'm not expecting anything much out of her. I've already told her that she needs to grow a couple inches by November, but I'm not really holding my breath on that one. But she's an amazing kid. I mean, she was academic All-American. She led the way to 4 of our players being academic All-Americans. 7 of them were all academic Region 19.
Yep.
I can't say enough about what she means to this program.
Yeah. And tell me about the off the court stuff, especially being a leader like she is, and how important it is to have players like that, especially when there's so much turnover at the JUCO level.
I mean, she tries to get the team together as much as possible. I mean, it's hard at this level when you don't have dorms and everybody's going to different houses and different towns and, I mean, she does a great job of keeping them together, trying to do as much as possible with them. And she's actually is a kid that I put in touch with potential recruits, to let them.
That's a big role.
Absolutely. I mean, I put them in contact with each other, and she'll text with them. She'll have phone conversations with them. And I think it's so important for a recruit to talk to a student athlete that's living the life.
That gets it, right?
Yes. I mean, look, I'm not crazy. I've been doing this a long time, and I know every coach is trying to say the right things to get these recruits to commit to their program. But, and I'm a big believer in being upfront and honest with these kids. And if it doesn't sound like something they want, then they're not ready to be here anyway.
Right.
And that's okay. Those things are going to happen. No coach is ever going to get 100% of the recruits that they go after. But with her, she helps that process so much because these kids can pick her brain about the locker room, about the coaching staff. You know, I mean, those are things.
Where to go to eat.
Yeah.
Things like that,
absolutely.
right?
And believe me, she could tell you wherever you need to go. You know, she's just a highly intelligent young lady that gets it.
Yeah.
And, you know, if I could find a way to keep her for another couple years, I would.
Right.
I mean, because she has been such, you know, I mean, it's a kid I recruited, but I almost feel like she fell in my lap. Like, I mean, I knew what I was getting, but I've gotten so much more than what I was expecting.
That's fantastic to hear. And we're looking forward to calling her and on our broadcast as well throughout the season. 2 new players that she might have to help out a little bit is Tajai Webb and Angela Karamasakis. Tell me about those 2 players, recruiting them and getting them to sign on board with the women's basketball team here.
Well, with Taj, she was she's a Highland graduate. Our coaching staff had been out to watch her a number of times. We had her in. She sat in on a couple practices to see what we do. Her and her mom took to her campus with me, and we clicked from the very beginning. I mean, she clicked with my assistant coaches the first time she met them, which was before she met me. And then once her and I met, I think we were just on the same wavelength from day one, which was great. You know, I always tell my assistant coaches, you know, they're the openers and I'm the closer. So, you know,
do you have an entrance like Joanne Duran of the Phillies?
I need one.
Do you
got to
need
come up with one for me?
We'll think of
I
one
definitely
for you.
need one.
Get a theme song for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all for it. You know me, I'm open to anything, but she's going to be a key player for us. I mean, she tweaked her ankle last night in practice.
Oh, wow, so that's breaking news.
She's going to be out for a few days.
Okay,
but she'll
nothing
be
crazy
she'll be okay.
though.
No, she'll be okay. Angela Karamasakis is different. She's you know, she's 5'7", can shoot from anywhere on the floor.
Right.
Literally was hitting shots from the logo during the summer, but she can see the floor. I mean, she's one of the best freshmen I've ever seen that can see the floor.
Court vision.
With
seeing an offense, setting things up.
It's crazy. It really is. Watching her make passes that she shouldn't even be able to see that player, let alone get the ball to them. And, you know, she's going to be a big key for us this year. I mean, again, we haven't really sat down and said, hey, this is what our rotation is going to be yet. But, I mean, you're going to hear her name an awful lot this year.
Tell me about, with those players, you have the new recruits coming in, veteran leaders of this team, right? What's that next month? About a month away from opening up the season, seeing real game action. What does the next month look like?
Well, it's going to work. You know, I mean, the returning players were kind of warning the new players like about October 1st. They're like, oh, you have no idea what you're in for. But I mean, you know what? They've been great. And I mean, from here on out, leading up, we have our first scrimmage is October 23rd at Wilmington University.
Right.
And I think leading up to that is really honing in on their basketball IQ more than anything else. I mean, the physical part, we know what we have to do to get ready. I mean, you know, our strength and conditioning program was amazing this fall. I mean, you know, I can't say enough about Gabe. I mean,
he's fantastic.
What he does with our teams in general, but with my team, there was a progression in every single kid from day one to the last day of conditioning. And that's a credit to him as well. I know, you know, he doesn't get a lot of credit because we almost take for granted what he does. But, you know, he definitely deserves a shout out because he's a big key with our success last year. Yeah. You know, and I've told him that, but I mean, this year we need him even more. But I think like their conditioning looks pretty good. I mean, you know, injuries like, you know, with Taj last night was just a fluke accident. She came down off of a rebound, stepped on somebody's foot. Those things are going to happen.
Freak things happen.
Yeah.
Right?
And I mean, but they're right now it's really to as we start putting in our offense and working on our defense. And, you know, a lot of teams they play man to man for 40 minutes. A lot of them will throw a basic 2-3 zone at us, things like that. We have 9 different defensive sets that we teach our kids. And it's part of the reason why, we've been top 5 in the nation team defense 8 years since I've been here.
Yeah.
So it's not a fluke. It's something that we push. It's something we promote, but it goes to their basketball IQ. And I know a lot of people think that, offensive, teams that score a lot of points, it's because of how well their kids know the game. But defensively, you need to see the whole floor. You need to be in the right spot at the right time. And I really think that that's going to be a big key over the next 2.5 weeks, is that IQ, is not trying to recreate the wheel, but making sure that our freshman players especially understand what we're trying to do and why we do things a certain way.
Right. How important for you, and it feels like in today's game, right, just across every level, defense kind of gets pushed to the side, right? And how important is it to you to know those fundamentals and teach those fundamentals? Because it feels like today, with a lot of like other leagues and things of that nature, it's just run and gun, go, shoot the 3. Tell me about kind of more your philosophy in coaching. You mentioned defense and what your identity you want to be and what it's been throughout the past couple seasons.
Honestly, I'm the other side of that coin.
Right.
I mean, coaches want to play fast. I want to play defense fast. I want to look out of control. I want to create havoc on the other team. And because you're going to have bad shooting nights. You're not going to, even your best offensive players have off nights, but you can never have a bad defensive night. And that's one of the things that we preach every day, that when you're tired, we can pull the ball out, take a break for 8-9 seconds. Defensively, you never take a break.
Defense, it's just, in my estimation, it's mainly about just effort.
Oh, it is.
It's just effort. It's literally what it is.
There absolutely is correct mechanics and technique to playing defense the right way, but it is heart and effort. I mean, you got to want to be a great defensive player, and we've been fortunate enough to have some really, really good defensive players over the years.
So I want to ask you just a little bit about coaching for your sake, right? And what you've been doing for a long time. We're friends on Facebook and things of that nature. I wanted to read something to you. You found something recently, and it was a quote that one of your players gave you in the past. It said, "A coach's worth isn't found in the win-loss record or their resume, but in the impact made on the game and in their players' lives." Walk me through what that means to you and how important off the court and getting good grades. I mean, you had 6 players, Region 19 All-Academic, 3 NJCA Academic All-Americans last year. How important is that to you as a coach too?
I can't express enough how important those things are. I mean, look, the wins are great. There's nobody that hates losing more than I do, but those things, they happen and then they're over. Championships are great and they're great to look back on. But the experience that these kids are getting and becoming more well-rounded people because of their experience here is the most important thing that I can do for them, is to help guide them, not just as their coach, but in life in general. I want them to succeed. And I guess, look, I understand that, we're a Division III JUCO. Our kids are, it's highly unlikely they're going to go play professional basketball someday. But they need to understand that they are playing at a high level of competition every time they step on the floor. And that's great, but that is going to end someday. And I want them to look back 15, 20 years from now and say, I made the right choice by going to Camden County College and playing women's basketball because of the way we do things. I mean, these kids are my family. They're not just my players. And I mean, if you ask anybody in my house, they will tell you the same thing. The way I talk about my players, I'm always saying my kids, because they're my kids. Right. Shows my age a lot, but especially, Nick, when you mentioned I've been coaching for 37 years, it shows my age.
I had to get a little dig in there,
I just want to say, it means we're on the air that, Coach Lou's older than me, but
Coach Lou's going to get it too. Don't worry.
I
I want to get a dig at him
I'm sure
too.
he's going to take a shot at me too. But I mean, the path that these young ladies take
Yeah.
for the rest of their life is the most important thing to me. It's being able to watch them grow, watch them start their own families, things like that. I mean, in the past 2 months, I've been to 4 former players' weddings.
Wow.
And I spoke at the ceremony for one of them.
How about that?
And those are the things that I will never forget.
Right.
You know, trust me, those 6 losses we had last year, I can tell you why we lost those games better than I could tell you how we won the 25 games we did win. But when you talk to me about the off the court stuff, I can tell you a whole lot more.
Right.
Because that's what they mean to me.
Yeah. It's fantastic. We're so excited for the next season. We'll be covering some of those games on WDBK. We can't wait. Coach, before you get out of here, I want to have a little fun.
Yeah,
all right?
absolutely.
You're a Phillies fan.
Absolutely.
Phillies are Red October. You're an Eagles fan too, right?
Philly through and
all
through.
4-4. All right, cool. All right, do the Phillies get to the World Series and win? And where do the Eagles end up this year?
Well, I mean, about 2 weeks ago, I told my brother that this is the year the Phillies win the World Series.
This is it?
Because
I hope you're right.
This is the team. This is a little different than in 2022 when they got there and didn't finish the job.
Yep.
Although I had a lot invested in that team because my daughter was a ball girl.
Oh, how about
that year?
Yeah.
But again, show my age, the 2008 team, the 1980 team, those teams were just loaded with Major League Baseball players that were at the top of their game. This team grunts and fights and works, and they never give up. And I really do think that this is their year.
Yeah.
As far as the Eagles go, I don't think they've hit their stride yet. I mean, they're 4-0. I don't think they've played their best games yet.
Not one bit.
They haven't been consistent in any of the 4 games. One half it's the offense, the other half it's the defense, and vice versa. But I mean, I think they've got a shot because they do have a talented roster.
Yeah.
But the NFC is much better this year than it was last year. I think there's a lot of good teams across the board. Detroit is as good as they were last year. San Francisco looks really good. You know, the Rams, I know we beat the Rams, but I still think the Rams are going to be one of the top teams in the NFC. So I think you're looking at a tough haul, but I also think some of these teams are playing their best football right now, and the Eagles haven't touched the surface. So, I mean, as a Philly fan, there's no doubt they're winning the Super Bowl. But I think that they've got to be the favorite to come out of the NFC.
I love it. I hope you're right about the Phillies. I think this is the year. I think you're right. They show grit. They lose Zach Wheeler, all those guys. I think you'll see.
And that's the thing. Like it's the makeup of the team.
Yeah, and they have a lot of depth, especially in the rotation. So
Absolutely.
We'll see.
So
all right.
I was at the 80 World Series. I just want to point that out.
Wow. Now you're doing it to yourself. I'm just saying. Now you're doing it to yourself, Coach.
I know the gate was open. So I mean, but Big McBride hit his home run right over my head.
I love it. Coach, thanks so much for taking a few minutes. First Coaches Show. We're back rocking here at WDBK, and we'll be out there for a lot
you got to start with the best, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
Now,
Coach Chip.
We have the best coaches right here at Camden County College. There's no doubt about that.
Yep.
And Nick, I mean, I can't say enough about the job you've done here
at
the radio station. The job you do with your students that get on the air. I mean, it's amazing, and it's fun to listen to them. And I'm always happy to come on with you guys.
Thanks, Coach. Much appreciated. Head coach of the women's basketball team here at Camden County College, Coach Chip. We'll talk to you next time on the next Coaches Show.